Hello, I wanted to make a short video about this amazing tarot deck that I recently discovered. I hadn't heard anything about it. I don't really know how new it is. I've seen that it has a copyright date of 2023, so it's fairly new, but I think it's amazing. And it is, as you can see, the King in Yellow Tarot deck. This is made by Arc Dream Publishing, written by and created by Dan Harms and John Scott Tynes. And Arc Dream is the company, you're familiar with them. They do the Delta Green role playing game. And man, this tarot deck is amazing. So we can see here, this is the box. The cards are, tarot sized. I feel like they might be possibly a little bit on the smaller scale, possibly for tarot, but that may just be due to the publishing, the printing available for them. I think they're fantastic, though, as a usable deck of cards, which I'll get to in a second. There is a booklet that comes with it as well, that tells you all about the history and how you can use the deck to do a reading. And as with all things King in Yellow, this has an amazing, beautiful, unique yellow sign, which I think is super, super cool. I really like this yellow sign. There's the yellow sign that I think a lot of people think about because that's the one that Chaosium publishes. There's also the newer yellow sign, I guess newer, that comes from the role playing game Yellow King, and that's a super, that's Pelgrane Press. That's a super cool looking yellow sign. And now there's this yellow sign, which is just really, really, really cool. I mean, it has almost a brutal feel to it. So I really like this yellow sign. It is really neat. One of the things that I learned when I was reading this book is that tarot decks have traditionally 78 cards. So there are 4 suits. Each suit has 14 cards. Then there are 21 cards that are kind of, I'm not sure how to describe, but there's 21 other cards, and those are going to be things like, the Lovers, the Fool, the Hanged Man, the Emperor, of course, and other cards like that. And then there's this solo card here just called the Mat. I will say the artwork throughout this deck is absolutely spectacular. It is unique, evocative, and really, really looks super cool. In the booklet, the only credit is given to Dan Harms and John Scott Tynes. And I know John Tynes, I mean, is an artist. He's done a ton of art in the Delta Green books. I'm guessing that he did the art on these cards. I don't think Dan Harms is a fine artist. He might be. I'm not aware of it, but I didn't see any other credits listed as far as like one or more artists, and so that would be super cool if this is all like John Tynes art. So every card is it's I don't really feel like maybe it is a linen finish, kind of hard to tell, but it is it's got a card weight to it that I would associate with like a deck of poker cards. So it has that kind of weight and feel and give card strength as a deck of poker cards, which would make this deck uh, comfortable in shuffling, especially like maybe doing a riffle shuffle kind of thing, because it would really lend itself well to being shuffled in that manner. Um, all of the cards, in addition to have all this beautiful art, they are all in French. And most of the French is pretty easy to just kind of look at and figure out what it is. I did look up a few just because I wanted to know what it translates to. But it's all really, really cool. And every card, the back of the card has this amazing image of the yellow sign. And you'll find the yellow sign in the artwork as well. I don't think it's in every piece of art, but there are pieces of art, imagery where the yellow sign is included. And so I, kind of wanted to. I probably won't go through every card, but there's this one called the Mat, and I have to reread how to use the deck, for doing like a reading, and maybe there's a reason for this Mat card, but it's the only card that doesn't have a suit. It's not part of a suit, and it's also not numbered, so it's not one of the 21 non-suit cards. It's just the Mat, and I'm not really sure what it's for yet, but I'll figure that out. The other thing that before I continue, what I think would be cool is it would be really neat to be able to learn how to do a reading with these tarot cards, and then take this deck to conventions and do some tarot readings over beers in the bar con, in the evenings. I think that would be kind of fun, kind of cool, and maybe even a way to use it in a game somewhere. All depending. But you've got the Mat, and then here the way the deck was initially stacked. This is the start of the 21 non-suit cards. And so I had to look this one up. I wasn't sure about this. Is the Fool. So that looks really cool. And we have Juno. I'm not really sure about that. We have the Empress. And of course we have the Emperor, the Yellow King himself, as card 4. And just look at that art. That is so, so cool. But yeah, we've got just a bunch of great art, and the art, I know it's not the same, or else they would have credited it. But the art does look very similar to the style of art that was in the comic book Providence, the Alan Moore comic book Providence, and who's the artist name on that? I am just blanking, but that was always. It was a very weird series, but the art was absolutely amazing. So, like I said, there's 21 of these cards. There's card 21, the World, I think, or the Worlds, I believe. So then after that, it goes into the suits, and so the 4 suits in the tarot deck are swords, batons, coins, and stars. I think stars. So epee is swords. So this is the king of swords. And you'll notice that in the 4 suits, it's almost like a poker suit, or a poker set of suits. Whereas in poker, there's 13 cards. There's 14 in these, because you'll have a king, you'll have a queen, and then you have this cavalier, sort of like a knight, or the jack. But then you also have this valet, like the squire. And then after that, we go into the numbered version. So we can see at the top of this card, this is the 10 of swords. So there's 10 swords in here. And is that? No. So like I said, in some of these you'll find the yellow sign embedded. So, we get the 9 of swords and 8. So anyways, these are super cool. So we have the swords. Here's the King of Batons, Queen, and so after the batons, there's more of the batons, and I love the uniformed look for all of the batons. Here's more of the batons. There's the one of batons. Isn't that kind of cool looking? Cups, not stars. So cups here, and then coins is the last one. So this is cups. There's the one of cups. And then we get into coins. Here's the dinar. So coins. So this is the king of coins, queen, and so forth. Oh, these guys all have coins on their eyes. Try and get it so you don't have glare. Ooh, spooky. Oh, I do know on the coins, if we can get a good closer look at the coins, all of the coins have the yellow sign on the coin itself. It's not going to focus. Oh, there we go. There we go. You can just see it. It'll be seen better in some of the lower numbers when there's fewer coins in the art. But yeah, so the coins all have the yellow sign on the coin. But so yeah, these this deck, the tarot deck, the King in Yellow tarot deck is super, super cool. It is available for sale on the Art Dream website. I saw it advertised, I think, on Facebook, and I think they were recently running a sale. So I don't know if the sale's still going on, but it was pretty quick shipping, and it was fantastic. Like I said, the card stock and everything is very much like a poker card. So this could be very easily shuffled and used at a table. If they were to ever reissue this more from like a prop perspective, where it would, it would be a deck that you wouldn't necessarily want to be shuffling, and that kind, it'd be more of like a display piece kind of thing. I would love to see it with a much heavier cardstock. For anybody who is familiar with the card game Sea Salt and Paper, which I actually have a copy of it available right here. Sea Salt and Paper is a great fun card game, but the cards in Sea Salt and Paper are super thick. They're really heavy cardstock, not well designed for shuffling and that kind of thing, especially a riffle shuffle. But they're hardy. They're a very hardy card. I would love to see like a prop set of this tarot deck with that level of cardstock, super stiff cardstock, and also possibly even 20% larger, like a even bigger card with bigger card art, and maybe even a hinged wooden box or something that has the yellow sign etched into the top of the box. I think that would be really, really cool as a display piece. But certainly this deck that's available now from Art Dream is amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this. I am super, super happy with the purchase I made, and I think you would be too if you like anything that's the King in Yellow centric, kind of focused on that, and tarot cards. There's obviously so many amazing tarot decks out there, and this is yet another one, and it's super, super cool. Check it out, the King in Yellow tarot deck.